All right, guys, in this video, we're going to go over one of my favorite simple ways to use the daily volume profile. Here you can see we've got a daily bar chart. Each one of these bars is 1 day. You've got the volume profile you can see there. You've got the value area low, the green line here. You've got the value area high, the green line there. And you've got the point of control, the most heavily traded price for each day here in orange. And I'm going to show you how I use specifically the volume point of control when I'm looking for trade setups using Owings market analysis. You can see I've got the same daily chart here to the left. This just has my daily Owings market analysis indicators on it with the volume composite profile, which we're not going to get into in this video. But I'm going to show you how I use this to structure key levels. So this is a crude oil futures contract here. You can see that we're heading to the downside on the daily chart. This is a downtrend. And we had a lot of monthly and weekly support down here that I was looking at coming into the $70 per barrel area. And when I see this pattern set up, nice little flash pattern, it tells me that we should be on the lookout for some support down in here. You're at the lower end of the composite profile, which is also important, kind of a low volume node down here, which could serve as support price rejection. So you've got this overall support level lined up. For me, again, I'm using all my own proprietary indicators to find these levels, but for you, you might be using MACD or certain stochastics or whatever it is that you use, price action, to identify key levels. The tip I'm going to give you right now is just going to kind of help you zone in on those levels to where might be a good spot to take action. And what I'm talking about here is the volume point of control that is untested. So do you see here on crude oil, this long orange line? This is an old untested volume point of control from a daily chart way back here, which we're going to look at in just a moment. You can see when these orange lines are short like this, all it means is that that day's volume point of control got tested the next day, right? So because it got tested, it doesn't continue to extend it out on the chart. So you can see this volume point of control here, it didn't get tested on this day, so it continues to extend it to the next day. Oops, got tested. And so then therefore it stops extending it. Now, you can use these as really key levels. They're super powerful because they're telling you where market players agreed on price the previous day. It's the most heavily traded price for that day. So it's a very important number, right? So for example, how I use this, I use them in a variety of different ways. I'll use them for targets. I'll use them for support, resistance. That's what's so cool about it, is you can use it for pretty much everything. You just have to decide what you want to use it for. So here on crude oil, if I know I want to buy down here in the $70 per barrel area, right? Well, I don't really know where it's exactly likely to stop and turn, but that same daily bar here is right here. And you can see when that closes, if I already know that I want to get long down here and support somewhere, right? What might I take a look at? Well, the closest previously untested volume point of control. Boom, right there. You can see that's coming in at about $69.70 a barrel. And you can see we went down, tested that, and up we go. So these are really powerful levels when you plug them into your edge and you know how to use them correctly. So in this case, this level was fantastic for just kind of honing in on exactly where you might want to put your buy order. If you're thinking about going long on this day, you don't necessarily want to buy on open here at $70.40. If you know you've got to put your stop way back here, that's $1,000 stop on one contract for crude oil. So then you're looking at the charts thinking to yourself, well, where would a smart place be to put my entry order? Well, the volume point of control previously untested, there's a pretty high probability it's going to get down there and test that level. So why not put your order to go long right in that general area? Just put it right at that volume point of control. And the longer these orange lines are, the more significant they become. Let me show you another example. What you can see here, this is when crude was heading higher, right? This is the daily chart. We're just kind of grinding higher here. Now, look at this previously untested volume point of control. I mean, it literally went right to it, stopped, and turned. And that doesn't always happen. Again, you've got to match this up with key levels that you're already interested in. But when you have those key levels and you start to match it up with these previously untested volume points of control, especially the ones like this that extend for a long time, price is gonna want to get back and test that level. These are key magnetic levels. They attract price because so much volume has been traded at these prices. So you can see that's the volume point of control from this day here back toward the end of November. And when you have your chart set up like this, when I have it like this on my Sierra charts, I can clearly see that, that's going to be a great spot. You can use this for a number of different, ways. If I want to get short on this day, I already know we've tested that. We're closing right here. It's just giving me a really good idea of where to put my orders. Now, another way that I use them. So this is how I might use the untested volume point of control as, an entry spot and a clue for where to put my entry order, right? Well, let's look at how you might use it as targets. I'll flop over here to the gold chart. These are gold futures. And this is a really good current example. You can see, so as gold was consolidating up here in this resistance level, right? You might be interested, if you had a bearish outlook, which I did, and you can go back and look at my market forecast on my channel. I talk about all this in advance before it happens, and I'm currently still bearish gold, silver, stocks, and bonds because that's what the charts are telling us. And if I might be wondering when this closes, where's this going to go? Well, if I want to short on this day, again, look, right? Its own volume point of control is a good spot, general area to maybe try and set an order to get short in. But where's it going to go? Where are the long orange lines? Well, there's one and there's one. And you can see those were great targets in this case. We went first to that one on this day, blew through it. So once you blow through that, you might ask yourself, well, gee, where are we going to head next? Well, probably here. And sure enough, we did. Now, how do you use this right now? Well, you can see gold is breaking down. It's likely to head lower. My forecast says that probably the entire month gold is going to head lower. We're heading into some kind of a liquidity issue. We can see here day by day, everything is going down together. So that hints at some sort of liquidity issue. And what you can see here is that as gold starts to break through this key level, which it is doing now, we're probably going to be headed down to 2,000, little less than 2,000 at this old volume point of control. So look at this. That's right here. This is going all the way back to about middle of December, and we're going to go back now and probably test that level. So in this case, you use the volume point of control previously untested, super long orange line here. You use this as a target or an idea of where an asset is likely to head. So there's so many different ways that you can use these untested volume points of control, and it's a really simple and effective way to use the volume profile. So I want to throw this out there for you guys, give you a little bit of food for thought on how to use these previously untested volume points of control. They're super duper important. And if you want to see how I use these live every single day, come and stop by the channel. I'm going to be trading my own account live every morning starting at 8 a.m. Eastern. You get to see how I use my Owings market analysis with all the different volume profile tools that I use. Of course, I'm using the developing volume profile on the daily chart as it's evolving during the day, which again, I talk about in the current volume profile playlist on the channel. That's really interesting. And you can get some great setups when you match up your edge with the developing volume profile during the day. But I want to throw this video out there because a lot of people don't have time to day trade. Maybe it's a little too complicated. It seems a little daunting. This is a great, simple way to use the volume profile. When the point of control has been untested for a long time, you can use it as a good entry level or a good target level, depending on the circumstances. All right, guys, if you got some value out of this video, I would really appreciate a like and a subscribe. Help grow the channel and, help some people discover these key tips for volume profile, because it can really help you improve your trading. And the reason I'm creating these videos is because when I was trying to learn more about volume profile, I had to kind of slog through it the hard way, just put, hundreds and hundreds of hours into understanding what the hell was going on, because there's just not a lot of great content out there. And some of the content that is good is just boring as you know what. So I want to make some videos that go over some really powerful volume profile content and also make it, hopefully a little less boring. So that's the reason I'm bringing these videos to you guys. All right, take care, and I'll see you in the live trading room coming up in about 2 hours. We're 5:30 a.m. Eastern, so I'm looking forward to the live session today, and I'll see you guys there. Take care. Bye-bye.